Good morning, it's the 3rd of August. It's a Saturday. We're waiting on our shuttle to take us to Joe Mary Road, the us being Lolli and I. So going to Joe Mary Road today, getting dropped off there, and then we will head 3.7 miles up to Cooper Brook lean-to. The miles are going to start getting a little bit tougher because of the uphill climbs that are coming along. This end of the 100-mile wilderness is going to be tougher. The southern end is tougher, and that's what we're coming into. So we will go ahead and do just the 3.7 miles today, like I say, to the Cooper Brook lean-to. Stay there for the night and then get up the next morning, and it's like an 11.7 mile hike to our next lean-to that we'll go to. But I had a great breakfast again this morning. They provide an awesome breakfast here. It's amazing. You get sunny side up eggs, home fries, bacon, and then pancakes. And they even had gluten-free pancakes, which was awesome. So it was really good. We've had a super stay here. I look forward to coming back. So again, today's Saturday, and we will get picked up at Katahdin Ironworks Road on Tuesday afternoon, because our last day of hiking before we get picked up is like 6 miles. So we figure that'll be in the afternoon time frame. So it'll be Tuesday afternoon when we get picked up. We'll be back here for a Nero. Not sure if we'll do a 0 after that as well, or just a Nero. But whatever we do, we'll decide along the way there and let them know. But yeah, this has been wonderful to get off the foot. It's still tender. I do have a blister on my left heel, on the side of my left heel, that's causing a bit of pain. It has popped on its own. I put some antibacterial cream on it there and went ahead and put a blister band-aid over it, and then some Leuco tape over the top of that, or KT tape over the top of that to help keep it in place. I think it's Leuco tape. Anyway, hopefully that works. I can still feel the, the tenderness of the blister, but it's, doable and you get away. I'm not sure. I'm hoping it's just from the high humidity that we've been having, but both my ankles are just swollen. I get indentations from my camp shoes. I have indentations from my socks. Lolli is swollen as well, so we just are thinking that maybe it's from the high humidity. But if not, boy, we're really damaging our feet, which obviously we hope it is not that. That's really about all from here. Once we get back on trail, I'll update everybody on how it's going. All right, finally back on the trail. Again, it's only about a 3.7 mile hike. They said the trail's pretty cushy. The issue we ran into is they had so many shuttle runs and we were the last one. So it is like 2 o'clock in the afternoon that we are being dropped off when we were told it would be 11. So 3 hours behind what our initial schedule was. Thank God we're only going 3.7 miles, so that shouldn't be a big deal as long as the shelter area isn't full of tenters or people sheltering. But yeah, so I'll turn this around. You can, not too bad. Don't see too many roots yet. You notice I said yet. A few little rocks. But according to the hostel owners, Poet and Hippie Chick, and our shuttle driver Long Shot, that it's supposed to be this way the whole 3.7 miles. So once I pass the initial pain level for this blister on my heel and I can get over it and start hiking a little faster, we should be able to make it there in hopefully a couple hours. Not too far back, we came across a group leader, if you will, and there were 8 women hiking behind her. Adventures and Good Company is the name of the hiking company, and these women are from all around the United States, various ages, and this trek they were on happened to be the 100-mile wilderness and then up Katahdin. So the levels go from 1 being extremely easy to 5 being strenuous, and this was a level 5. But in that group of 8 women, there was one woman who recognized Lolli. She said, "Oh, I was watching your YouTube channel. It was so neat. It broke my heart to see you hurt your foot and have to get off trail." So it was pretty neat that one of these women recognized Lolli from her YouTube channel. You know, so that's been 3 people now out here that she has met, that she has hiked around or been with before, or that actually knew who she was. So that was pretty neat. Now we got this great big blowdown here across the trail. So you can go around like Lolli's trying to do, or I'm just going to go really, really low and go under it, because I'm not about to try and climb over it. We'll find out. I should have left my phone.
The hard thing is the spiky thing. Go, girl!
Okay, you probably saw a lot of ground on that, but there we go. Lolli called it the porcupine tree. Wow. All right, the lean-to we are headed to is 1.6 miles ahead. I didn't look to see what time it is, but we are making very good time. We will definitely be there, and I hope that holds. Oh, be there in plenty of time before sunset, or it's filling up. But and the trail has been very nice. I'm going to throw the honesty out there. I'm hurting. My left foot is giving me a lot of problems, and not only just a bone, but that darn blister on my heel. I've got to have a blister band-aid over it, I have tape over it, and still that friction is causing a lot of pain. So I'll take a look tonight, and I don't know if I have any other padding, because we're kind of modified slack packing. I have very few items in my main pack, just enough to get me through a couple days to the road we get picked up on next. So I did not bring a lot of my medical stuff, as I will call it. But I'll see what I do have. I might have one gauze pad in there, so that'd be good. Maybe I can fold that over a little and on top of what I already have on it. But yeah, it's the trail has overall been very kind to us. There are spots of rocks and roots, but not anywhere near what it was like when we first started off or saw up to the point of Joe Mary Road. Because of the rain, there are a few more mud areas today, little mud pits. But again, nothing bad. Nothing bad at all. The sun has come out for a little bit. You can see through the trees, the clouds rolling in again, but the sun has peeked through a couple times. So this really has been a beautiful day. Tomorrow is going to be our longest day on this stretch of being out here. That'll be an 11.7 mile day. So I will probably get up early. Since I'm the slower hiker, I will get up early so I have at least 11 and a half hours to do that 11.7 miles. We have some pretty steep climbs as part of it, and of course been steep descents as well. But every step brings me that much closer to being at the end of the 100-mile wilderness. And without a doubt, I plan on making it through here, and then may have to see what will take place after that. I need to stop, take a break, and get some water. How neat to see this old saw out here. You can see both ends of it. You can see when it rains, the water's causing all that, I guess, iron to come off of this and discolor the soil there and go on down the side. But I'm not sure what WB is what it looks like on this lid of some sort. Pretty neat. Alright, not sure if you'll be able to hear me because of how loud this stream is. Here's a little bit of cascades here coming down. I have my feet in the water. I actually have the water more pounding on them than straight in the water. But that feels really good. Continues on down. When it starts to get leveled off down there, our tents are just off to the side of the stream. So we get to hear the water all night long, which is great. Well, it was a good day overall. We were supposed to leave Shaw's hostel around 11 o'clock in the shuttle, but due to some confusion by hikers, they never showed up to get their food drop-off, and the shuttle driver can't leave until the people pick up their food drop-off. So we had to sit at the hostel and wait. We finally got to trail a little before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The good part is we only had 3.7 miles to hike, but it was sure rather frustrating having to sit and wait that long for the shuttle to take us to our spot. It wasn't a bad hike at all. It was fairly easy. I did roots and rocks, but not as bad as other sections. We got here to our shelter, and Lolli got here well ahead of me. I'm still having a hard time. This blister on the left side of the heel of my left foot. That blister is really bothering me. As if the bone in my foot wasn't enough, now I've got this blister that's really bothering me. So Lolli got here well ahead of me and was able to secure us 2 tent spots, but they were about the last 2 left. Everything's really filled up. There's a group just up the way from our campsite here. It must be Girl Scouts, but they've got these really large 4-person tents. So they're taking up a lot of spots up that way. But anyway, there is a creek that runs right in front of the campsite area. So I went up the stream a little bit by the cascades, and I sat on a rock and put my feet in the water, and it just felt really good. And actually, the swelling in my left foot went down a little bit. But as I came back up by the lean-to, there was a gentleman unpacking his stuff who was going to sleep in the lean-to. He had his back to me, but as I came up, I said, "Oh, hello. Yeah, are you a thru-hiker? Are you doing a section hike?" And he said he was thru-hiking. And I asked him, "Oh, well, what is your name?" And he said, "Troubadour." I said, "Are you kidding me? Troubadour, this is Heather." I said, "You and I spent the very first night on Springer Mountain. You were in the shelter, and I was in the tent behind the shelter." So we sat and chatted for a while, and Lolli took our picture together. But it was so amazing to be able to see him, since we started on the exact same day down at Springer Mountain. So that was really cool. We sat and ate our dinner and chatted for a while, and then each went to our respective areas to bed down for the night. But how cool it is to see him up here. And at the time, it kind of aches the heart to think that, gosh, if we had stuck together, this could be me actually finishing up and not attempting a flip-flop with well over 1,600 miles still to go. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll continue trudging forward, and I just really hope I'm not holding Lolli back from accomplishing her goals because of how slow I am having to hike. We'll see what it brings tomorrow. We have an 11.7 mile hike with some pretty good climbs, and we'll just see how it goes. So I hope all of you on the other side of this camera are having a wonderful evening, and I thank you again for all your support and your prayers. Good morning. It's day 60, the 4th of August. Heading out from, I think it was Cooper Brook shelter. We have an 11.7 mile hike today. Some of the northbounders we've passed have said it's not too bad. The first 3 miles are, some roots and rocks, but not as close together as they are in the rest of the parts of Maine. And then we have some climbing to do. So, giving ourselves plenty of time. It's not even quite 7 o'clock yet. So if we can go just a little bit more than 1 mile per hour, we should get into a shelter at a good time. I slept great last night. The meal that I ate, I think was a Zorro meal or something like that. It had chicken and spinach and broccoli and mushrooms. I think I'll wait till after I'm off trail before I have another one of those. They definitely kept things moving in me, and I got up several times last night to hit the privy. It tasted great, but it kind of went right through me. So anyway, another good day. Temperature-wise, it's probably in the low 80s right now. High humidity. Again, everything's still damp and wet. There's like never ever going to be drying out of this by the feels of it. The heel is just feeling okay this morning. I put a blister band-aid over the blister. I put moleskin over that, and then some of the tape over the top of that. So I'm hoping it'll give it just enough cushion to where I can move a little faster today than I did yesterday, because it was really painful yesterday. And by the time I got to the camp last night, took off my socks, there was a little bit of blood on the Band-Aid, and the Band-Aid, they weren't even, Band-Aid or tape wasn't even on my foot. It was off the heel. So, yeah, turn this around, let you look at the trail. And you can see, not a bad trail at all this morning. So we got a little bits of a climb here and there, but nothing too major yet. The major part of our climb will be after we get back on trail at the Katahdin Ironworks Road. That's when we start what they call the chair backs. As you know, the backs of chairs are normally straight up and down. And that's what we will be doing, 3 of them, right in a row. So that'll be quite the days for us when we do that. And everybody keeps telling us, hopefully when you go through it, it won't be raining, because the rocks get really slippery. So we'll see how it goes. But for now, concentrating on today and getting through those 11.7 miles. There's our white blaze for the morning. There was a gentleman in the shelter last night. I chatted with him for just a little bit this morning. He's been section hiking over the last several years, and he will finish sometime within the next week. He will have completed the hike. Alright, so this is the crossing we have to make. There's a little bit of a stream here. I'm not sure it's a full river, but a bit of a stream here. Have to decide what area you're going to be crossing over in. And the blaze will be up there on the other side between the whiter tree and the darker tree over there. Yep, Lolli's attempting to go across now, and I will follow suit behind. There's Rex, and there she is, Mountain Goat. Hey, Mountain Goat. Good to see you again. What an awesome blessing it was to see Mountain Goat again. I met her way back in North Carolina. She is the Appalachian Trail chaplain this year for the Methodist denomination. So it was awesome to run into her a few times in North Carolina, and then Tennessee, and now again up here in New Hampshire. She's within a week of finishing, and of course we've only a few days into our Sobo. But how awesome to see her again, have her pray over us. It was just, how amazing. Starting to see the people that I was around during the southern portion of my hike. So, blessings and blessings, that's for sure. Continuing along the overall easy trail compared to what everything else in Maine is like. So that was the first, I'll call it a river crossing, the first one for our day today, per se. Some small little tiny trickling streams, but that was the first bigger one. But we have been told there will be one that'll, the water's up over towards the knees. So we'll see what that one holds. There were two other gentlemen that were noble thru-hikers. Unfortunately, I don't remember their names. I just don't, they said them and I just don't remember them. Maybe Weatherman was one. But right, as seen by the sign here, that golden road at Able Bridge, 47.2 miles. That's where Don met us the one day, and we took our slack packs off and picked up our big packs. So we've gone about 47.2 miles with our full packs. None of those are the direction we're going in. We are actually going south. All those are for the north. But yep, coming up to a road here. Might be a good spot to take a little drink of water, reassess where the other waters are, because I'm starting to get a little low with one of my bottles, so I have to take a look and see. Okay, the sign here shows Monson 52.7 miles. So if we are in a 100-mile wilderness, I'm guessing that would mean we're more than halfway through the 100-mile wilderness, but I can't guarantee that. But yep, so that's the direction. All those are southbound directions. All right, making a a descent up Little Boardman Mountain. I want to say maybe 2 miles total, if that. Not too bad of a climb. Overall, a nice gradual elevation gain. Just passed another noble thru-hiker named Boardman. So, I don't know, we've passed quite a few today, maybe close to 7. So it's a lot of folks getting ready to finish. How exciting. Okay. Yep. Yeehaw. Glad that big old log was cut up. I shouldn't have too much further to go up Little Boardman Mountain. Slowly getting there. Just passed 2 more noble thru-hikers who should finish in a few days. Cookie and M&M are their names. So we're definitely seeing these noble thru-hikers a little more frequently today. This is awesome. And it's great. You can see how happy they look knowing that they are this close. You can see the happiness. See it on their face. You can hear it in their talk. It's awesome. That's great. It's a good picker-upper. I gotta rest. All right, this is the view from the top of Little Boardman Mountain. And that's what we have. Very nice. And then this is what we have for our trail going down. Quite a few rocks. But the good thing is, we're going down about 1.3 miles from the water source. I definitely need to get filled up. I need to get a lot more water in me. All right, this is really the trail. Up and over twisted roots and rocks, and do your best not to twist your ankles or slip down the side. Man, every now and then I hit a rock or a root that I thought I was stepping on a little bit better, and it jams that darn foot. Oh, makes her a bit of shooting pain when that happens. Hooey. This little stream right here has provided the best tasting, coldest water. Had to come off trail about 20 yards to get to it, but man, was that ever nice. Ooh-wee, how refreshing. And yes, this is the trail. When you are on the southern end of the trail and you're having pains, your muscles getting used to everything, whatnot, they say no pain, no Maine, because you are heading to Maine. But I am saying, well, now that I am in Maine and heading south, I am saying in pain, in Maine, always pain. That's what I'm saying. In Maine, always pain. Yep. Oh, we. Right, a little bit of a view here called Mountain View Pond. Now, if I was to try to hike way down there, the map says that you would be able to see Little Boardman Mountain that we just climbed down, but I am not about to attempt to try and climb out on those rocks. If my foot was in better shape, you can guarantee I would, but I'm not going to do it now. But that's the view we have from here. Okay, I have no idea how I made it over those rocks, but I did. I sure did. I got Lolli over there looking to make her way over too. And I'm going to hang out and wait for her, even though she's already had her lunch. We were going to meet at the shelter and eat lunch, but she already ate hers here since I was so far behind her. So I'll be just stopping at the shelter and eating my lunch there by myself for a little bit, and then try and kick out the last 4-something miles.
Those darn pointy rocks.
This is tough. This was really, really tough. I am so much pain. All right, I just left the East Branch lean-to where I had my lunch. There were, oh my gosh, about 8 guys in there. I think 6 of the 8 were Canadian, possibly, and doing a thru-hike of the wilderness here. They were all speaking French. 2 of them I remember seeing at the Boots Off hostel. So that was pretty good to see them at the hostel and just kind of chill for that. But shared the area with them, and now I'm heading off to, I can't even remember the name of our lean-to that I'm going to. It's about 3.7 miles away, so I feel very blessed that it's less than 4. So, with it being so dry and not having rained in a while, you can see we're running into the issue of the map showing us there are streams to get water, and there's actually no water to be had. So trying to plan out filling your bottles is getting a little tough, because there's this, you can't filter this. It's standing or still boggy water. I don't know what to call it, but it's not moving like I need. So continue on down the road here, and the trail rather, and see what I can find. All right, back to the Rocky and Rudy Trail. That nice flat part was great while it lasted, so I appreciate the break from the rocks and the roots. Just passed a second water source that again was dried up and boggy, so I'm glad I have about 1.5 liters left. I have not looked at the map lately to see how far the lean-to is. I just know there is a strenuous climb to get to it. It's halfway up a hill, and that it's very strenuous. So my anticipation as the getting into the mid-afternoon time frame of 3 o'clock, 3:30-ish, that the heat will be greater than it has been in the morning, and I would want more water. So I shall keep my eyes peeled. All right, I'm going to put the camera away, but this is the trail. Just to let you know, that is the trail going down there. Very nice to be back in the softness of some pine needles in between the roots and amongst all these little tiny pine trees. New growth, I'm gathering. So. A little blow down here. Not a big one, that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna have to find a rock or something to take a little break on. I'm sweating way too much. Get myself a drink of water. Drink it sparingly so I have enough to go the next 2.8 miles until the shelter. But yeah, I've got to find. I just have to stop. Whew. How pretty it is up here in the mossy forest. Very pretty. All right, I had to stop for a few minutes there and get my pack cover out. It started to rain a little bit, not hard, just a little bit of rain. You can hear the rumbling of thunder in the distance. So I figured, let me go ahead and get everything ready now in case the skies open up. What I can see between the trees, it's not looking very nice. Off to the one direction there. So hopefully there'll just be an isolated shower and then move on. That would be nice. It's very pretty in here. All the moss covered rocks and trees. It's just very pretty through this whole area. All right, a sign here right before this logging road showing places to the north and places to the south. The Logan Brook lean-to, 1.9 miles. My map shows that it's 2 miles away, but that's where I'm headed. And then we'll cross over Whitecap Mountain tomorrow. But yeah, I'm so exhausted. And this is a very steep climb. The lean-to is halfway up the hill, or halfway up Whitecap Mountain. So a very steep climb to the lean-to and an even steeper climb from the lean-to to the top of the mountain. It continues to thunderstorm and rain. I can do this, 2 miles. I'm not even sure I'll eat dinner. I might just lay down, and once I get my tent set up, I can guarantee there won't be any openings in the lean-to. With the rain, people will stop in. But as long as there's a place to pitch my tent, that's all right. I'll get it set up in the rain, and I just might get inside and, I don't know, call it a day. I am super exhausted. I think I have lost 15 pounds in sweat alone just today. These dried up streams are making it very difficult to gauge your water. Hopefully the storm will pass soon. I don't know, I see lighter skies to both sides of me, but directly above it's pretty dark and ominous looking. Oh, I don't even know which way I'm going. I better get out my map, see where I'm headed. Oh. I think, yeah, there's an old blaze on a tree up here. One good thing is it has cooled off a little bit. I can feel a bit of a breeze. Okay, the trekking poles will definitely go away on this one. Oh my glory. Well, today I hiked 11.7 miles from Cooper Brook lean-to Logan Brook lean-to. Terrain overall wasn't too bad. There were a couple areas, but overall it wasn't too bad. Logan Brook lean-to was totally packed by the time I got here. I was the last person to get in. I did find a spot way up on the hill. So if it rains during the evening, I'm going to have a heck of a time trying to get down because it'll be total mud. But, yeah, Lolli tried to get a spot for me, but man, it was just packed in here. It was really packed. Passed at least 7 northbound thru-hikers today. You know, we crossed paths. And I did see Mountain Goat again. The last time I saw her was on the 4th of April at the Boots Off Hostel when I was waiting for Don to come pick me up when I had to get off trail. So it was great to see that she's almost through with her hike. I think it's supposed to rain tonight. It did rain during the day today, some thunder showers, thunderstorms, maybe for about an hour and 10 minutes. It wasn't too bad. Didn't downpour. It rained some, but it didn't downpour. And since I was in the forest, it made it pretty nice to have some tree covering and not have it hitting me directly per se. I'm very tired. Excuse me. I'm exhausted. And my foot hurts really, really bad. The blister on my heel is getting bigger. Even though I put a Band-Aid on it, moleskin on it, and then some other tape, it's still getting bigger. So I don't know if the size 10 shoes are now too big and rubbing more. I'm just not sure. But anyway, it was a tough climb coming up here at the very end, the last 2 miles. The shelter is on the side of a mountain, and we have to finish climbing that mountain tomorrow. So it was White Cap Mountain is the name of it. So that was pretty tough the last two miles to get up here to this point. And knowing that tomorrow there's even more mileage and steeper climb for White Cap Mountain, there will be a total of 4 mountains overall before you even get to the next shelter. So even though it might be a 7.2 mile day, it is a really, really tough day. So we'll see how it goes. I did speak with Lolli this evening and told her that I felt it was best that we go our separate ways. I am super slow at hiking and she is faster. Her foot isn't bothering her and she pretty well has her trail legs back. So this is the second day that she took off way ahead of me to get up to the campsite area to try and reserve me a spot. Last night it worked great. Tonight there was just nothing. So I finally climbed around on the side of a hill till I found an open spot that was fairly level enough for me to go ahead and get my tent pitched, at least for the night. So it's just not fair to her that I hold her back while she's having fun with her hike, and I'm not. I'm not having any fun at all. I'm finding this extremely painful, and it's just, I'm not having any fun. So I don't want to hold her back. So we'll go our separate ways, and who knows, maybe we'll see each other down the trail, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be heading back home real soon. But I just, my foot isn't going to allow me to at least make it through the whites. There's no way with all the bouldering and rock climbing you have to do there and hopping from one rock to another that I can do that with my foot. It's just not behaving. So I'll regroup after I get picked up on the 6th of August and head back to Shaw's hostel. And I'll just have to regroup and figure out what I'm going to do. So that's about it for the evening. I am super exhausted and looking to hope to get a good night's sleep. I'll see you all down the trail.